Let's see how many people we get up in here. Really quick, impromptu live stream. Just to have you guys vent to me and see what's going on. Do this as long as I can. Once my little guy wakes up, I'll probably have to end it. So try to do this for about an hour or so and see what's going on. But like I said, I'll open up the Skype in about 5-10 minutes once we get some people up in here. But again, man, last night, I know we're getting some people in here. Anthony, Brandon, Andrew, Papa Chulo, Chad, New York for Life, Afghanistan. All right, I see you all. Happy afternoon, happy Tuesday afternoon. Today's voting day, so Baddog got out a few hours early. Little Baddog is sleeping. I will open the Skype lines in about 5 minutes. I'll do this for about a quick hour, so maybe an hour and 15, depending on how long my little guy gives me to do it. KCP will start tonight. Very nice. Yes, but join me for the Lakers stream tonight. That'll be a lot of fun. We'll set that up when I'm done with this. I'll be live at 7:45. It should be good. About the game last night, obviously I did the video on it last night. I uploaded it this morning, and I mean, just another really disappointing game. I mean, this team just can't get out of its own way. It is incredibly depressing. It is very difficult to be a Giants fan right now. We can't beat anybody, and when your division rivals are kicking your ass for 3 straight years, it just makes things worse. We can't execute. We can't do things to win games. We were right in that game. First half, we really, I thought we outplayed them in the first half. We were up 12-3. And then, of course, you know, we give up the frickin' 45-yard or 42-yard touchdown to their backup tight end on a play that should have never went more than 6 yards. Obviously, Daniel Jones with the interception before the half was a terrible interception. Pat Shermer's play calling was horrible. You have 52 seconds and 3 timeouts. You run the ball once to see where you're at. You run it. If nothing else, Dallas uses their timeouts. You punt it away. You go into the halftime with the 12-10 lead. At least you take something positive out. Said we turn the ball over, go in behind. Really, we lost all the momentum, and that was kind of the end of the game. The Giants have no heart, and they don't fight. This team just doesn't fight at all. They showed a little bit of it in Detroit, but last night I felt like they quit. Last night I felt like they didn't want to be there. Last night I felt like they mailed it in. And I always say, I said this about McAdoo in 2017. I saw it with the Rams game. I said he's lost the team. I think Pat Shermer's the same way. I think Pat Shermer's play calling is questionable. I think his game plan is extremely questionable. I think his development of these young players could really hurt us in the end because I feel like there is a lot of talent here, but they just are not improving. You're seeing no improvement from these guys. Really nothing positive to take away from last night's game at all, and that's a shame. You want to take away something positive. When we lost to Detroit, we could take away the fact that, hey, you know, Daniel Jones threw 4 touchdowns, had his best game as a pro, and then last night he looked pedestrian again. It's just ridiculous. You know, people make fun of the black cat. That was actually kind of funny. It's very fitting that a rabid black cat ended up at MetLife Stadium with the way the Jets and Giants have played this year. There's no doubt about that. I will be in that stadium on Sunday to watch those 2 teams go at it, which should be hilarious. I think Jets fans and Giants fans can just console one another and just have a good time realizing we are both really bad teams. And you hope it gets better for both of us, but it's just hard to see that right now. We both look really, really bad. Offensive line was bad again. Daniel Jones under pressure all night. And I can make that excuse all year, but Daniel Jones has to learn how to hang on the ball. He fumbles way too much. That is a correctable problem, which for some reason doesn't seem to have been addressed. He fumbles way too much, and he has got to learn. He's got to learn that pocket awareness. He has to know when that pressure's coming. He's got to protect the ball. He's got to learn how to do that. We cannot keep turning the ball over. We had 3 more turnovers last night. I think that gives us 22 or 23 in the year. We still lead the league in that department. You're never going to win games like that. When we were winning the turnover battle against Dallas, we were up by 9 points. But even the littlest thing, Golden Tate makes that ridiculous catch, score a touchdown, got all the momentum, and Rosas misses an extra point. This is just a type of shit that really bad teams do. Key play on 3rd down and 7. Marcus Golden jumps off sides, makes it 3rd down and 2. Easy to convert a 3rd down and 2, not as easy to convert a 3rd down and 7. This team just shoots itself in the foot every single week. and they're not good enough to beat teams like Dallas by making mistake after mistake after mistake. They're just not. They're not good enough to beat any team if they continue to make mistakes because they're very young and they do not execute at all. And they're, like I said, their game plan is very questionable. James Betcher's defensive scheme is incredibly questionable. I question how guys are wide open 25 yards down the field on 3rd down and 12. It just doesn't make any sense to me. We see this week after week after week with the New York Giants, where it is just these guys sit back there and convert 3rd and long like it's nobody's business, like they're just out there in a stroll through the park. We put no pressure on these quarterbacks. We got pushed around all night up front in both sides of the ball, as we have all year. But Dallas, we were lucky. We were up by 9 because they pushed us around. Ezekiel Elliott was killing us. He was averaging 5, 6, 7 yards a carry every damn time he touched the ball. Should have scored a touchdown when Dak Prescott threw that terrible interception to start the game. Should have went up 7-0 right there. Can't leave that on the board. We did. Got it back, and then it just kind of all fell apart in the second half. It seemed like Dallas made the adjustments, and we just didn't, and that was the end of it. I do like the fact that Will Hernandez showed a little moxie. Seemed like he was getting a little agitated. I think the Giants need to get agitated. Of course, they had the players-only meeting before the game, and it meant nothing because they came out and did the same exact shit. So, another bad loss, just a bad season, bad 3 seasons. And it's like I said, it's tough to be a Giants fan. It's easy to come on here and talk smack when you're good. It's easy to come on here and make content when you're good. And it's easy. It's so easy to do that. I've been on YouTube for a long time. I came back here in 2014. I didn't start doing what I was doing until last year. But I saw a lot of fan bases disappear. I mean, I watched Philadelphia Eagles fans disappear when they were no good. I watched this happen. I watched them disappear. I watched them disappear for an entire year. I watched Cowboys fans do it in 2015 before they got Zeke and Dak Prescott. They were nowhere to be found when they were 4-12. Nowheres. There was no Cowboy fans there. Very few. Very few. That's it. They're all here now because, like I said, it's easy when you're good. But when you're bad, they're nowhere to be found. This is why there's a lot of Cowboy fans I see make videos. I just don't respect them. I respect the OGs, and I respect guys that are here when they're bad. And I know who's here when they're bad and who's here when they're good. I know. So that's really all I got to say about that. I am going to open the lines now. Can I do a quick comment for the Birds fans on why you should sign AB? I mean, you guys need a receiver, LT. You guys need a receiver badly. There's no doubt about that, especially with D-Jack's out for the year now. But I don't know if you want to bring in a guy like Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's nothing but a headache. He's a diva. He's got a lot of issues. I think he's a psychopath. He carries a lot of baggage. You guys are a good team without him. Obviously, you would like that weapon in the passing game, but, I mean, that guy can screw up a locker room. You know, the Eagles won their Super Bowl. They had a really good locker room. They had a good offensive line. They had a good running game. That's what you guys win with. That's what you guys have beaten the good teams with, was the good running game. You know what I mean? You guys kicked ass with good running games. You beat Buffalo by running the ball down their throat. You beat Green Bay by running the ball down their throat. You know, that's how you guys have done it. That's what you did in 2017. I don't think you need Antonio Brown there. I think you can win without him. I don't think he's a guy that puts you over the top to win a Super Bowl. I just don't. I think he's going to cause more problems than he's worth. That's just my opinion. I know Eagle fans are desperate for a wide receiver, but that's the way I look at it. But yeah, you know, so that's my spiel at the moment, and you know, we'll open up the lines now, and you know, Giants fan, whoever, you can call in. Oh shoot! Hit the wrong button. It'll help if I hit the right button. let me open this up now. Like I said, make sure you guys tune in for that Lakers stream tonight. At least I'll have fun doing that with KCP and everything else. Who would I like to replace Pat Shurmur? I would love Lincoln Riley to replace him. And Lincoln Riley's not going anywhere. I would take Jim Harbaugh. I'd take a lot of coaches. I just don't like Pat Shurmur at all. Mike Shirda, I'm fine now. I mean, the game's over. You know, like I said, it just sucks being a Giants fan right now. It's just hard. It's hard to be a Giants fan. It's hard to be a fan of any New York team, really. The Yankees are pretty decent, but the Knicks are terrible, the Jets are terrible, the Mets are terrible, the Giants are terrible. It's just bad. It's a bad thing. It sucks right now to be a Giants fan. There's no doubt about that. Season's not over yet. Okay. No, unfortunately, it's not. We got 7 more games you got to watch. Gettleman brainwashed into believing Odell. No, that was a good move. I don't care what you say, West Coast. That's so stupid. You act like you know football. You don't know shit about football if you think Odell Beckham makes a difference on what the Giants are. If you actually think that that's the truth, you really don't know anything about football. Odell Beckham would not have made one bit of difference on this team at all. Not one bit of difference. Odell Beckham is not going to cure Daniel Jones' fumbling problem. Odell Beckham is not going to cure the game plan that Pat Shurmur comes out there with every week. Odell Beckham is not on defense that gives up these third and longs and gets no pressure on the quarterback. Odell Beckham is not protecting Daniel Jones. So if you think that Odell Beckham would make this team any better than 2-7, maybe we're 3-6, maybe, you don't know anything. This is honest to God's truth. You don't know a shit about football if you think that Odell Beckham's the reason this team's 2-7. Because Odell Beckham's on Cleveland right now. What is Cleveland's record? Odell Beckham is on a Cleveland Browns team with Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry, Myles Garrett. What is their record? How good are they? How good is Cleveland? Right? What is he doing in Cleveland? How big of a difference has he made in Cleveland? The answer is 0. So if you think that getting O'Shane Zemnies, Dexter Lawrence, Jabril Peppers, and having an extra $60 million in the cap is less valuable than Odell Beckham on this team, you really don't know anything about football. And I'm sorry, I agree with a lot of what you say, even though you troll me. I have to discredit you a little bit for that statement because that proves to me you really don't know about Giants football, about football in general. One wide receiver is not taking a 2-7 team and making him 7-2. Wide receiver is one of the least important positions on the field. The Eagles have no wide receivers, are right in the running for the division title. The good wide receiver definitely helps. Giants have never had an elite talent wide receiver win a Super Bowl. In '86, when we won it, we had Lionel Manuel and Stacey Robinson, Bobby Johnson catching passes. In 1990, we had Mark Ingram and Stephen Baker catching them. In 2007 was probably our best receiving core with Burris, Toomer, and Steve Smith, but none of them were elite receivers. Victor Cruz is the closest thing to an elite receiver that we saw. And that team was 9-7. That team was 9-7, got healthy on defense in the playoffs, and went on a miraculous run. Don't tell me that Gettleman brainwashed you into thinking getting Beckham traded was a good move. Because that's just, it's an utterly ridiculous statement. It's utterly ridiculous. It's just ridiculous to say. Because like I said, what is he doing in Cleveland? He's done nothing in Cleveland. Nothing. So I'm sorry. I know people love Odell Beckham. I get that you're not even a Giants fan, but I get that Giants fans love Odell Beckham. And I'm telling you right now, I have a feeling that Odell Beckham will be back here. I'm not saying when. I just have a feeling he will be. It's a strange feeling. Call it a gut feeling. Oh, Malik, man, thank you for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate it. Brilly. Fire Betcher, tired of this defense underperforming, and it appears he struggles with playing the defense to the defensive strengths, whatever that is. Completely agree, man. I could not agree more. His scheme sucks, and I don't know what we have to do. Teams convert third down against us like it's so easy without a problem, It's ridiculous. Thank you so much for the $5. Boom! I appreciate it very much, Malik. You guys can call in, though. I don't know if you guys know the Skype name. I'm not going to stay on the phone forever because, I'd like to take calls or talk to the chat. But if you guys want to call, there's the Skype number, or Skype name, rather. Jabril Peppers is good. He's inconsistent, but he's definitely shown signs of being a good defender. He's showing signs of making plays. He's just got to get more consistent. The soft zone pisses me off. I can't stand the soft zone. It's the worst defense in football. Unless it's 3rd and 19 or something, and you're playing a soft zone, you're letting them catch the ball 10 yards, I get it. But on 3rd and 5, it's so stupid. And I hate when they rush 3 guys, 4 guys. When you are 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 12, you got to blitz. You got to blitz. If you can't get there, oh well, you take your chances, especially when you're the Giants. You take your chances. Okay? Because we're not getting there with 4 guys or 3 guys. You take your chances, make a play, make your secondary, make the tackle. That's what you do on 3rd and 7. Why do we abandon the run so fast? I don't think Barkley is 100%, but I don't know if we abandoned the runs. There was some bad, again, Pat Shurmur's play calling is questionable. When Saquon Barkley has the 70-yard screen pass, I know, what's up, little Munchie? I know that Barkley's tired. I know he needs a blow there. I get you put Wayne Gallman in. Why do you throw it 3 straight times? Why can't Wayne Gallman get a carry? Where has Buck Allen been? We signed Buck Allen 3 weeks ago. We haven't seen Buck Allen touch the ball yet. We haven't seen Buck Allen get on the field yet. You know, so why not run the ball once down there? Why throw it 3 straight times? And again, I go back before halftime. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense before halftime to turn the volume down.
Hey, Baddog, this you?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's going on? This is Anthony DeSantis, a fan all the way up in Maine, unfortunately New England territory.
What's up, Anthony? How you doing, brother?
Just recovering from last night, man. That was rough.
Yeah, it's been a rough year for sure, man. It's been tough.
It's crazy. I understand there's a lot of questions going on, offense, defense, coaching. I agree, but dude, I need to see an interview from Betcher. Like, this is just, it's gotten ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know what Betcher could possibly say about his defense. And again, I think that there's a lot of talent, and the scheme is bad. It's a bad scheme. Teams should not convert 3rd down against us so easily.
No, not at all. It's like you and Entertainer. Everybody talks about it. The Giants show these flashes, and then they give up big plays, which results in touchdowns or field goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. They're a young team, so they're going to be inconsistent. But again, a lot of this is scheme, and I always question the play calling, and I question the defensive scheme. I question that soft zone on 3rd down and medium, 3rd and long. I just don't understand it. How you give a quarterback all that time to throw and locate receivers down the field, because you're not going to win like that. You got to put pressure on the quarterback on 3rd and long. Make him make a decision.
Yeah, no, I agree. I absolutely agree. I hope that they can make the right pieces. They could add in the right guys and try to figure something out. At least salvage some wins. Like I said, best case scenario, we win 5.
Yeah, I mean, to me, when they went to Daniel Jones game 3, I figured they were mailing it in there. I figured they figured this season's a throwaway. We're not going to win with Eli Manning. Let's see what the young guy has. So they kind of threw it away, which I'm fine with. This is a rebuilding season, although they said they're not rebuilding. They're winning now. That's bullshit. We all know that with Gettleman. Oh, but I want to see improvement, and I don't see it. That's what agitates me. Yeah,
no, I don't see it either, dude. That fumbling problem, like you said, it's fixable. And you're right, it is rebuilding. I was actually I was scared when I heard that they were starting Daniel Jones week 3.
Yeah.
I mean, and as far as OBJ, too, he wouldn't make a difference on this team. Like, I love Odell. When that trade happened, I was heartbroken. My dad and I were upset. Like, why would they do this? But, I mean, when you look at what we got, I think New York won those trades. And all Odell would do, I think the only plus he would make on this team right now is taking attention away from Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, I agree. A wide receiver is not going. We're 2-7. We're not 4-5. We're not 5-4. We're not losing games at the end, where we need a big play. We're not losing games, 27-24 or 31-28. We're getting blown out in a lot of these games, and we're trying to come back. But these games are not, as close as the final score would indicate. Last night, the game wasn't as far away as the final score would indicate. But again, that's your defense and turning the ball over. Odell Beckham can't hold on to the ball for Daniel Jones. He has a turnover problem.
He does, yeah. And that would just infuriate OBJ even more.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Odell, like I said, if Odell Beckham was that big of a difference maker, Cleveland would not be 2-6 right now. They have a better offense than we do, and they're 2-6. So it tells you all you need to know about what kind of impact he makes. I mean, people thought Cleveland were going to – I thought Cleveland would win the AFC North. I had them going 10-6. I'm thinking Baker Mayfield's an MVP candidate. He's really regressed, and that team just has no chemistry. And again, that goes back to coaching. They got a bad coach over there. Freddie Kitchens should not be coaching that team.
Oh, dude, Kitchens blows, dude.
Yeah, you cannot have rookie coaches or bad coaches coaching young talent. You just can't have it.
Nope, not at all.
So, anything else, my man, before I let you go here?
No, that was it. Thanks for picking up the call. It's always fun, and I don't know what I'd do without you and Entertainer, dude. Like, It's been bad, man. We'll truck along. Saquon's the GOAT.
We will. All right, Anthony. Thank you for being a great supporter of the channel, man. Have a wonderful day, and it will get better. Got to believe in that.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Have fun at the game.
All
I'm
right.
jealous.
Thanks, brother. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All righty. So Anthony DeSantis with the call. Shermer is a QB killer. Agreed. Peterson did well with Wentz. I should have put the little this is the Skype name is here, guys. I should have put it on my because I don't have a phone number. Terry, what is going on, man? Yeah, I'm with the Baddog. How you doing?
Baddog, what's up? It's your man T. Hey, been a fan for a little while, man. Really appreciate you showing up, particularly after a loss. It takes a real fan to get back on here and deal with the chat, especially from rival fans like me. But hey, I just wanted your take on 3 quick questions, and I'll be out of your way, man. Love listening to the show. First off, the offensive line play. You know, when your quarterback has more yards than Saquon, obviously you talked a little bit about the injury, but I just don't know what's going on with the O-line. Are they just not protecting this kid enough that's leading to the fumbles? Does the kid have a fumbling problem? I would love for you to expand on that, number 1. Number 2, what's your mid-season grade for Danny Dimes? I know he started off pretty well, a lot of excitement. Now I just wonder what's the overall thinking. I know that he has to, you know, take some time to progress and grow. But I just want to know from a Giants fan perspective, what's the take there? And then number 3, and I'm not saying this to be a hater at all, but is it tank time? I mean, you talked about after the second game, you put in Danny, you know, just to kind of get a feeler out there, and you know, just like what they're doing in Washington with Haskins, you know, just let him work his way through the bumps and gain the experience. So with that being said, is it really time to start thinking about, you know, next year, just trying to align, get the best draft pick possible, maybe sitting some guys down, get as fully healthy as you can moving into the 2020 year? So those three things were things I had. O-line play, mid-season grade for Danny Dimes, and what do you think about the remainder of the year? Do you sit guys at some point?
So this is LT, right?
That's LT.
All right, just want to say, LT, guys, is a great Eagles fan, man. One of the guys I respect. He's just a really good, respectful Eagles fan. You're a good man, LT. I see you in Brunson streams. I know you pop up on my thing. I really appreciate you being a great supporter of the channel. To answer your questions, the O-line is bad. Nate Solder has regressed huge. He gets beat on every play. And you saw Dallas last night. If you watched that game, you watched Dallas just blow through our offensive line. Saquon Barkley, although I don't believe he's 100%, had no holes at all. He had nowhere to go last night at all. And that's kind of been how it's been since he's gotten back. We just have no push up front at all. These guys are getting beat every which way. They're getting beat on power moves. They're getting beat on quick moves. They don't know how to block. They're bad, and they can't pick up stunts to save their life. That's a big-time issue. Guys are beating us with stunts. Guys are beating us with blitzes. Any type of movement from the defense confuses our offensive line. As far as Daniel Jones goes, I would have to give him a C. I think that Daniel Jones has definitely shown flashes of being a very good quarterback. I'm very high for him for the future. I think that Daniel Jones, with the right team around him, with good protection, you know, I think that fumbling problem is correctable. He has definitely made some mistakes throwing the football, but, you know, that's a rookie mistake. He's going to make rookie mistakes. So I give him a C because he turns the ball over too much. I'm not talking about the interceptions. That'll happen for a rookie. The fumbling is the problem for me. I know when he gets blindsided, okay, I get it. But, you know, diving for the first down and not protecting the ball, he does have a fumbling problem. He has got to shore that up because teams know he fumbles, so they're going to go after the ball. So I give it, like, put it this way, ball protection, I'd give him an F. But I think his overall play, I would kind of give him a B+. But, you know, you take away the turnovers. I think he's shown really good. I think his skill set's very good. So overall, I would give him a C. And, you know, as far as tank time goes, I can't root for them to tank. I can't root for them to tank. I can't root for them to lose. I can't root against them. I don't have that in my blood. But, you know, if it comes down to it, you know, I would rather be 2-14 than 5-11, if that makes any sense. I'd much rather be 2-14 and picking, you know, first, second, or third than being 5-11 and picking ninth. Because at the end of the day, what's the difference? You suck either way. 5-11 is embarrassing. 2-14 is really embarrassing. But at least you get a Chase Young out of the draft. So that's how I would answer those questions, LT. Who's the best Giants defensive player? It's a great question, West Coast, because I don't know if there is one. I would say Marcus Golden. I'd say Marcus Golden's been our best defensive player right now. Honestly, he's been a difference maker. What's up, Chris? What's going on? We do need Chase Young, man. We do. Why is every single run in an inside zone? I don't know, Tony, and that's the thing. I don't know why they keep running to their left. Nate Solder's awful. I'd run to my right. I would definitely go to Kevin Zeitler's side, even though Mike Remmers ain't being great either. I think our guards have done well. I think our tackles are awful. I think they're terrible. But thank you for the call, LT. I don't know if he's still in here, but thank you for the call, my man. Giants need to win this. Well, I'm going to be at that game, so it'll be funny. Either way, I mean, both of these teams are just god-awful. The Jets are coming off a loss to the winless Dolphins. We're coming off another blowout against the Dallas Cowboys, who beaten us 6 straight times now. Kind of sucks. Yeah, I tell you, I take Andrew Thomas too. I mean, I'm happy with either one of them. Honestly, we have a lot of young talent up front. We just signed Leonard Williams, or we're probably going to sign Leonard Williams. We traded for him, probably going to sign him. So I would say that too. Andrew Thomas would be great for us. We could definitely use a guy like that. I should live stream on my phone. My phone's dead, actually. I got no battery on it right now. It died off today. No, I got out early. It's I work for the state, so it's election day. So I got off 3 hours early. Did not have the day off today. I got home I've been on here half an hour, so I got home maybe 40 minutes ago. At what point do I want them to lose for a better pick? Well, that's what I was just saying. I mean, I can't root for them to lose, but I would say, week 14, week 15 at that point, just tank at that point. What the hell's the difference? What's going on? You're on with the Bad Diggity Dizzle.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Isaiah from Jersey City. I'm a Giants fan too. I get kind of frustrated every day because they use the same plays every day. I mean, like every game, and they don't change the plays. Like the defense is terrible. The tackles, they need to get rid of Nate Solder. I think Jabril Peppers will progress over the years. Will be better, I think, for the next 2 years. What do you think?
I agree. I think the talent's young. It just needs to be molded into good talent. They got to learn how to get the best out of these players, and I don't know if Pat Shurmur is the guy. You're right about the tackles. Remmers and Solder have been horrible at the last month. I mean, just really disgraceful. The one thing I'll say about Shurmur is the last couple weeks he has mixed it up a little bit. He did have that double reverse to Golden Tate, which gained a lot of yards. He did do a flea flicker in Detroit. So they did open it up a little bit, but at the end of the day, this team doesn't execute, and that's why they lose. They just do not execute. They do not do things that winning teams do. The simplest things are difficult for this team.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for the call, buddy. The number, well, I don't have a number, and again, I should have put this on the screen, but that is just look that up on Skype, Sal DeTessio, and that is the number. I appreciate that, Rich, man. Thank you, sir. Much, much appreciated. Much love to all you Giants fans, man. That's what I said. I can never thank you guys enough because it's been a really tough season. And you guys are here all the time. You support the hell out of us. And we need you guys this year. We need you all the time. But this year, just the last 3 years have been awful. So, like I said, we can console one another. Big therapy sessions on our streams is what they end up being. This is why I do the Lakers. The Lakers are fun for me because there's no emotional attachment. I'm not a Laker fan. I know everybody thinks I am, but I'm not a Laker fan. But because I do those games, I have no emotional attachment to the Lakers. So I enjoy that because if they win or lose, it's not going to hurt me at the end of the day. So that's why I really enjoy doing a team that I do not root for. It's a big reason I do the Lakers. Well, that and they play at 10:30, which fits my schedule. So that's what it is. What's up, Noah? What's going on? What would I do if we take an L to the Jets? I won't be as mad as I was last night. Losing to the Jets is not going to bother me. It's losing to our division rivals so many times in a row that ticks me off. I can't stand that. What's going on, man? You on with the Bad Diggity Dizzle? Who's this?
Yeah. What up, it's Yankee King?
What's up, Yankee King? How you doing?
Doing good. So, last night,
yeah.
I wanted them to kind of lose because I want a better draft pick, but holy crap, I did not want them to lose like that.
Well, I didn't want them to lose.
Lose, but lose competitively.
Well, they were competitive for a while. It's just at the end of the game, it got away from them. I mean, we had a chance to take the lead. We were down 23-18. We had a chance to take the lead, just never got it done. Just can't turn the ball over too much. You know, that's all it is. We turn it over too much. We don't convert on third downs. We can't get off the field on third downs. Like I said, everything that a winning team needs to do to win, we don't. So that's why we lose. Why we're 2-7. You know, too many turnovers every week.
Yep. And our offensive line, outside Zaletter and Hernandez, freaking suck.
Bad. Tackles are bad.
Jalapeno gets blown off the line every 2 seconds.
Yep.
Nate Solder gets blown off in 0.0 nanosecond.
Yep. Yeah.
Not even a nanosecond. It's like half of a nanosecond.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Remmers, he's been non-existent.
Yeah, the offensive line. Again, I can't blame Gettleman. He's trying. These guys just are not performing. There hasn't been a lot out there to do with the offensive line. There's really nothing we can do about it. He's brought in the guys. He traded for Zeitler. Zeitler's been very good. He drafted Will Hernandez. Will Hernandez has been very good, but he doesn't have much else to work with. I think this year we're going to see it change a lot with the cap space and with the draft picks. So I think.
I feel like Nate Solder is just going to get cut. It's like, all right, we have a lot of cap space. We can eat this for a year. Yeah. But to me, I would not spend any money in free agency until we know we're competitive and we're just a few pieces away.
That's a good point.
We are not a few pieces away. We are a lot of pieces away.
No, that's a good point because you don't want to spend money just because you have it. And the Colts had a lot of money too, and they didn't spend it.
Yep.
So if you don't have the players,
that's how. And guess what? Last time we spent money because Jerry Reese thought, hey, we got all this money. Let's just buy a team. Let's try to be the New York Yankees.
Yep, that didn't work. The backloaded contracts are terrible, man.
No,
you have to spend. When do you have to spend? I've never heard that. The Colts didn't spend their money. In basketball, you have to spend it. In football, why do you have to spend it? There's a lot of teams that didn't spend their money and it rolls over into the next year. Why do you have to spend? I've never heard that you have to spend money in the NFL. In the NBA, you have to spend it. I have never heard that you have to spend all your cap space in the NFL. Otherwise, everybody would have the same amount of cap space pretty much going forward. So I've never heard the Colts did not spend all their money. I can tell you that right now.
No, Colts and the Browns have the most cap.
Yep. That
was at the trade deadline.
Yep.
And they didn't spend any of it.
No, they didn't. The Colts didn't have anybody. And we're looking at positions we need. I don't know who the free agents are. Well, I obviously have to start looking at them now because our season's over.
I wouldn't even look at the free agents. I'd be like, that's for next year. I'll just skip that.
Yeah, we got to draft well and just I think we need new coaching staff, man. I really do.
Or coaching staff. The first beginning of the year, I was like, oh, okay. They're working with a young team. Everybody chill out with Shermer. And then I watched some of the game. And then I watched more of the game. I'm like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
He is. I
was like, why did I defend this dude?
He is not smart. I defended him too when we got him, but he was ticking me off last year the way he used Saquon Barkley, and this year I just question a lot of things he does. Now it's not a good team. Obviously, I mentioned in my video today, the pass before the half, I would have liked to have run, but Daniel Jones hit Darius Slayton right in the hands and he dropped the pass. Should have been 2nd and 1. That's not Shermer's fault. That's not Daniel Jones' fault. That's Darius Slayton's fault. Dallas got 3 points because of that drop. And that's the type of crap that happens. We can't get a first down. Daniel Jones throws a pick. Cowboys go down and kick a field goal. That happens to us every week. Bad.
Yep.
It's bad. But anything else before I let you go, man?
But what do you think of this? Maybe we shop around. I feel like they'll cut a lot of people like Solder, Alec Ogletree. Those are probably, and Jenkins are probably the only guys you cut. Plus, what do you think of the $13 million that we would probably have to eat if we cut Solder?
I don't think they're going to cut Solder. I think if anything, they'll move to the right side because it is such a massive cut. But I don't think they didn't trade Jenkins, so that's surprising. I don't know if they're going to keep him here. I can tell you Ogletree will not be here. Kareem Martin will not be here. Rhett Ellison will not be here. That's $20 million right there. Those guys do nothing. Cream Martin's been hurt all year.
No, Ellison and Jenkins will not be here.
Antoine Bethea will not be here. So, like I said, the Giants, they got to continue to draft well. I feel like Gettleman has drafted well, but they just got to execute. I always feel like execution is part of his coaching staff, getting these guys ready to play. I don't feel like our coaching staff does it. But, hey, man, I appreciate the call. I'm going to let you go and see if anybody else wants to call in. All righty?
Yep.
Thanks for the call, buddy.
Later,
Thanks for being an awesome supporter. Later, brother.
All right.
All righty. What is up, Jack? What's going on? Yeah, I'm with the bad diggity dizzle. Okay. What is up, my man Bobby? How you doing, brother? Bobby, you there?
Mr. Bad Dog.
What's up, my man? How you doing, brother?
How are you, man?
I've been better, Bobby. I've been better. yeah, it was. Definitely tough. Definitely tough. What's it like being a Patriots fan? Let me know what that's like.
I was bro, I was doing that game, like calling that game, and man, every week it just seems like the same thing with the Giants. Like it's just a giant soup of you guys can't catch a break, bad play calling, and bad play.
Yeah. It's a recipe for disaster what we do every week. It is terrible.
Well, the three of the drops that you guys had, the two big ones were Evan Ingram for first downs, and it bangs right off his hands.
Mm-hmm.
Bangs right off his hands. Jones hit him perfect. In stride, right in his hands, bangs right off. And even the long ball, two of the long balls that he threw, if your receivers knew how to adjust to the football, they would have at least been able to have a shot at making a play on it.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's just lack of execution. Like I said, the Giants make the simplest things incredibly difficult. I'm watching them run screen passes, naked screens. I've never seen a running back go out on a screen and have no lead blockers. But that's the Giants. That's what they do. How's that even possible? The one time they did run a screen, effectively, he got 70 yards.
The usage of Saquon Barkley. I mean, granted, I'm not a Giant fan, but I know the sport. Like anybody who knows football, the usage of Barkley is head scratching.
Yes,
head scratching.
It is. Yep.
I'll sit back and just watch some of these play calls on 3rd and 7 or 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. I just put my head in my hand because they're just head scratching. That's the best way to describe them. I truly think Shermer does not know how to use Barkley.
No, he doesn't. Which you would hope he would know how to use your best player, and for whatever reason, he just does not use them effectively. When we're down inside the goal line, I will say this. I did like we intercepted the pass to start the game, and we ran it twice. I did like that. I think you have to do that, and then they didn't convert on 3rd down, but I did like that he tried to run it. But then they got down inside the 8 again after the big screen play, and I know Barkley had to take a seat because he was winded, but you got to run at least once there. And Dallas, and to me, Dallas was keying on Saquon Barkley so much that you saw Daniel Jones in an RPO twice at big plays. When they were on the goal line, that was a perfect opportunity to run the RPO with Daniel Jones, knowing that they were going to go after Saquon Barkley. And they didn't do it.
From what I've seen from Jones, one of the better attributes that he has is he's not that bad when you roll him out and get him on the move, and throwing on the run on the bootlegs is actually one of his better. He's actually pretty good at it, but the problem is that pocket around him collapses so fast. That last night, I think he was seeing ghosts because that kid had no time to throw the football. No, he was lucky to be able to make 2 reads before he had to get rid of the ball.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why I give him some slack about the throwing. The fumbling, he's got to stop the fumbling. Because he's getting hit. He's got to learn to hang on that ball. But I can't get on him for missing. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's got to be able to feel the pressure better too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, his pocket awareness does get better. It'll get better with experience.
Yeah, like that whole fumbling thing. That's got to get under control. But that kid had no, like, one or two reads, and then he was either forced to throw it out of bounds or pull it down and try and do something with it.
Yeah. Let me get the super chat real quick. Chislo Vivo, man, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. It's simple, believe it or not. We moved the offense down the field and got into the red zone 6 times, converted only 1 touchdown. Cowboys got to the red zone 5 times, converted 3 touchdowns. That's a great point. And again, I go back to the play calling down there. It's just bad. That's what I'm saying. When we were down there, that's a good time knowing that Dallas is keying on Barkley to break Daniel Jones out in an RPO, or like you said, Bobby, getting him out in a bootleg where he has the run-pass option to get him the hell away from the pressure because it's obvious we can't protect him. Thank you for the $10. Boom, Chislo. I do appreciate it.
And one last point before I go, man. Wow, has Nate Solder fallen off a cliff?
You want him back?
Like when we gave him to you, he was still serviceable, but man, has he fallen off the cliff. He was getting just absolutely roasted last night.
Yeah, every game, Bobby. It's every game. You know,
he's so slow. He's so slow to make that move to the outside. He's so slow.
Not only that, if you watch, there was a play where he was a pulling tackle. And he wasn't even close to getting to blocking the defender. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, like you gotta, and for the same, you know, for the sake of Daniel Jones, like before you do like irreversible damage to like his timing, you gotta get him a left tackle. You gotta get him, you know, some security on that blind side to make, you know, for his mental stability to be like, look, I'm not gonna get crushed every other play from behind.
I think that's what happened to Eli at the end of his career. I think Eli got gun shy because he was getting knocked around all the time. So it's bad. This can hurt the rookie's confidence. He's getting hit all the time. And I think part of the reason we brought him in, and I'm going to let you go after this, Bobby, but I think part of the reason we brought Daniel Jones in at the time we did, number one, I feel like they were saying, all right, it's time to make the move. This is kind of a throwaway season. But the offensive line had played so well the first 2 games, and it said this offensive line can protect Daniel Jones, so we're going to bring him in now, and we didn't get it done.
Yeah, and it's, you know, like one last, it's just shocking because the Bucs have a pretty serviceable front.
Yep.
And the Giants' O-line contained them pretty good.
Yep, they did. All right, Bobby, let me let you go. I got Isaiah calling. Let me grab that real quick. All right, thanks for the call, brother.
You have a good day.
You too. Thanks for being an awesome subscriber, brother. Appreciate you.
You too, man.
Later,
man.
Oh, shit. Sorry. Just missed him. There we go. My man, Isaiah, what is going on, bro? What's good, brother?
Nothing much, bad dog, man. What's going on with you?
You know, another day, another Giants loss. Yeah.
Oh man, I was watching with you guys, and let me just say this, man. I know we were going to be bad this year. I just knew it, but this is just unexcusable, man. The defense, the play calling, Pat Shurmur having. Thank God for Adam Gates, because Pat Shurmur would be the worst coach.
Oh God.
Thank God for Adam Gates. I gotta say, I'm sorry, Jet fans. Thank God for Adam Gates, because Pat Shurmur would be looking 10 times worse if it wasn't for Adam Gates being absolutely the worst coach in football.
God, I tell you, the New York Times, they got to be having a blast on the back page of these 2 coaches. So we got 2 of the worst coaches in the NFL reside right here in MetLife Stadium.
Listen, Baddog, I'm be honest with you, man. I know it's not the Giants' way, but we got to let Pat Shurmur go.
Agreed.
He's not the coach for Daniel Jones. He's really not. And I think the optics is the mirrors are going to look at like, we keep getting rid of coaches, but the coaches we picking are just not good. They're just not. They just don't have it.
No.
I'm a big fan. Listen, I don't know how you feel about this. I've always wanted Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I've always wanted him. Listen, I don't know. You're probably going to pay $12 million for him. Go get him.
Yeah, I mean, we need a different type of coach in here. We need a guy that lights a fire under your ass. We need a guy that motivates. McAdoo wasn't that guy. Shermer's not that guy.
I mean, but think about it though. With Jim, Jim he coached great defenses.
Yep.
And look at the quarterbacks that he's coached.
Yep.
I mean,
True.
I know that's a long shot because I think he's not going to leave Michigan, but I'm definitely want to get him. Also, too, listen, I'm gonna. you had a crazy video when they drafted Daniel Jones. If they don't pick a left tackle or a DN for the first pick, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah.
It has to be either one of those. Either one.
I think you'll see that. I think Gettleman's going to address. I think he'll address the offensive line this year. I feel like he addressed the defense last year. He drafted Dexter Lawrence. He drafted O'Shane Zemenies. He drafted a lot of cornerbacks. I think you're going to see him address the offensive front this year. And obviously, he just went out and traded for Leonard Williams. So I think he's set. You know, he drafted B.J. Hill the year before, R.J. McIntosh. So I think he's set up front with the defense. I think you're going to see him go offensive line in this draft. I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants' first couple picks are offensive linemen.
Listen, man, seriously, man, and we just got this dude Nate Soldier, man. How do you sleep at night robbing the Giants?
I have no idea. He don't care. He stinks. He's terrible.
Him and Janoris and Ogletree, to me, they just sleep and just rob the Giants.
Yeah, they do.
They just robbed the Giants because I'm looking at Janoris. First of all, he got a little boy last night. Got stiffed on, but I don't even know who the running back is.
Yeah, Pollard. Pollard threw him down like it was nothing.
And then you got, I mean, listen, I can't be too mad. Our corners are young, but Jesus Christ, man, we're letting tight ends run 40 yards. We're letting Amari Cooper literally by himself. I mean, if they don't fire Sherman, I know what's name's gone. He's gone. I know he's gone.
Betcher has to be gone. Betcher's terrible. He's awful. And again, the cornerbacks are young, so they're going to make mistakes. I feel like DeAndre Baker has gotten better, but it's the scheme. It's awful, and there's not much you can do. You really don't want Corey Ballantyne lined up against Amari Cooper, but hey, he's got to learn. You know, the scheme's bad, and that's why the tight ends are all over the place because our linebackers don't know how to cover a tight end.
We haven't had a linebacker since Antonio Pierce, so
I know. It's been forever.
I am totally used to that.
It's been forever, man. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, man. I know you got a couple callers. You know you're my favorite black guy.
I appreciate that, my man.
Sorry. I thought you played the pet, though.
All right. Be good, Isaiah. Thanks for the call, brother. Take it easy.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah. You got to love Isaiah, man. I love Isaiah. He's freaking awesome. What's going on, Jan, with the bad diggity Dizzo?
It's not bad of you, man. How have you? I haven't called you in a live talk in like God knows how long.
I haven't done one of these in a while. That's why.
Yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for you after last night. The highlight of the game was watching a cat walk into the end zone.
Well, we were doing good until that happened. We were kicking ass until that guy showed up.
I guess it's like what happened to the Cubs in '69.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what I said. It was the Cubs in '69. Damn black cat. It was like, oh, the Giants are doing a little too good. Yep, this guy's got to come along.
Now, can New York football please go back to the way it was in the 2000s, just for both teams in general?
It would be nice.
I mean, think about it. Both teams, Jets and Giants, every other year for them, they were always in the playoffs. I mean, you had your Super Bowl run in 2007. The way it was in the 2000s, and also some of the early 2010s, it was ever since 2012. For both teams, they've been just down the gut. They've been slowly regressing into a mess.
It's awful. It's embarrassing for both
teams. I know.
It's embarrassing.
At this point for New York sports fans, with the way everything else is right now, you might as well just wait for pitchers and catchers to report.
Yeah, well, with the Yankees, that's exactly what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see what the hell we do in free agency here. Maybe we get Garrett Cole or Steven Strasburg.
I'm hoping for something too, but I got to tell you, I was earlier on Twitter just checking out I was checking out the finalists for Manager of the Year.
Yep.
And the dumbest Twitter response I've ever seen, basically saying Boone should not win because the Yankees spend lots of money.
Yeah, that's really stupid because Boone had nobody to work with, and I'm not a Boone guy, but he did a great job.
But he did the most with what he had, and he had like lots of injuries. And I point out this guy's logic by saying literally, for any team that's in the top 10 in spending, you're basically saying their manager should never be able to qualify.
Exactly. It's stupid. Now, honestly, if I was giving it out, and Boone should definitely get consideration, I'd give it to Rocco Baldelli from Minnesota. Nobody picked them. They won 101 games. Nobody picked Minnesota to win that. division.
I mean, I knew that the AL Central was a pathetic piece of paper mache, but I still maybe said maybe 90. I maybe thought somewhere around 95. I didn't think 100.
I didn't even think they'd win that much. I thought Minnesota was just kind of an afterthought. I figured Cleveland would run away with that division. And
now I kind of felt like after how they regressed last year after their historic 2017, I felt like I felt like the window was closed shut for them.
Yeah. I don't know. Just, yeah.
Yeah, but getting back to football, just like I said, both New York teams are a mess. Your Giants are a mess. My Jets are a mess. And we're going to watch the Suck Bowl coming up.
I'm going to be there live for the Toilet Bowl. Absolutely. I'm going to be there live for that one.
Yeah, which team will give up on their coach first? Who do you got?
I'm going to say the Jets.
I got to agree on that.
I think the Jets.
I mean, they're both terrible. They both got to be gone. You guys should – I would agree you guys hardball. And I think the Jets should have actually hired McCarthy.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the guy had a resume. He had a resume, you know. He worked with Aaron Rodgers. He won a Super Bowl. He was consistently winning his division year after year after year. And instead they go for the guy who was Peyton Manning's water boy.
Yeah. I don't understand where the Jets and Giants get their coaches from. We both got young quarterbacks. These kids have talent. And they can't protect
like a blind pin the tail on the donkey and just have random pictures on the donkey. It's just blindfolded. Let me go and bonk. Okay, we're gonna hire Adam Gase, and the Giants the same thing. It's like, we'll hire Pat Shurmur, blindfolded, pin the tail on the donkey, pin the tail on the coach.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I don't know why the Giants decided on McAdoo in 2016, and I don't know why they decided on Shurmur in 2018, but neither one of those guys has worked out at all.
At least you know what? The one thing I will say about the Jets hiring Gase is they got Joe Douglas out of it, so that might be the only silver lining.
Right. I don't know what the silver lining would be for the Giants coaching staff. It's awful, and our ownership is falling off. I mean, Wellington Mara's rolling over in his grave right now with the Giants.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say this, but be fair, your last two Super Bowls were probably still products of Wellington Mara's decision making.
Yep.
Because you won with his coach and his quarterback.
Yep. Absolutely.
I mean, you haven't had a good coach since Tom Coughlin, and he's the second best coach in team history.
Yeah, I would put him behind Parcells, definitely.
Oh no, yeah, you got to go with the Big Tuna.
Yep. Yeah, he was amazing.
And also, unfortunately for me, the Big Tuna is the second on my team's list.
Right. Who's your first?
Weeb Eubank, the guy who won Super Bowl.
Oh, you did go with Weeb. I wasn't sure if you were going to go with Weeb or not, if you're going to go all the way back to 68 with the Jets. But yeah.
Well, he's the one who won the championship. Championship automatically makes you – and he's also the franchise's leader in wins, so.
See, when I was growing up, I remember Joe Walton was your head coach. The Jets are actually pretty good with Ken O'Brien, Altoon, Wesley Walker, Freeman McNeil, Johnny Hector. Like, I remember the sack exchange of Klecko and Gaster.
Yeah.
Like, the 80s Jets are pretty good. You know, the Jets and Giants are both pretty good in the 80s.
Oh yeah, no, they were good. You had obviously the sack exchange. You had LT. You had Sims. I had a break for And then what was it? The team crushed.
Yeah, we had Carson, Pepper Johnson, Leonard Marshall, Gary Reasons.
And then you had the hooded genius before he was the hooded genius.
Belichick was. I mean, big reason we won those Super Bowls. His defensive game planning.
Oh yeah, no, when you obliterated the Broncos and then then wide right one because a guy couldn't make a kick in the.
Yep.
No, man, the 80s and 90s was actually a pretty good decade for New York sports.
It was. But
I wish it just seems like ever since then these teams in general just regressed to incompetence and stupidity, and now we're constantly sitting here watching as our division rivals, our city rivals, just constantly chase championship after championship as we just sit here and mope and walk.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But I'm going to let you go. We got some other people that want to call in. All right, I want to take this call from my man Simus real quick. All right?
All right.
Thanks, V, man. Day. You too. Later. My man Simus. What is good, brother? I know you're feeling good today.
Feeling great, and I did not call to brag.
No, I know. What's going on, man? Simus is, everybody don't know, big Cowboys fan. I've known Simus since I started YouTube way back in 08. This guy's one of my favorite video makers of all time. Fantastic trash talker and loves his boys. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
You know what, man? And I want everybody to understand, this man, this legend, Baddog, he said it. Everyone, it's going to be a long season. He told you before the season started it was going to be a long season. But I'm going to tell you, as an NFC East rival, I was disappointed. I mean, the Giants' play calling was atrocious.
Yeah.
When you guys were up, man, honestly, I was like, okay, here's Danny Dimes, and here's the Cowboys' defense. This is a problem. When Dak threw that pick, it was just so many things. And I'm not going to blame the cat or anything.
Yeah.
It was just they did not adjust at all. And stop doing that to Saquon Barkley. Clearly, he's not ready.
Agreed.
And then you force this kid back. Honestly, it's time to sit the future. It's time to sit Danny. It's time to sit Saquon. Don't do this, and we get late into the season, and one of these kids have a horrible injury that's going to derail next season.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Like, that kid, I give it to him. That kid right there is a stud. When he hit that run, I was honestly, and I'm a Cowboys fan, and you know this, but I was like, let him run to the end zone. Let him run. Like, it was a beautiful run. He reminded me so much of classic O.J. Anderson, Joe Morris. It was just like that classic, nice run. I loved it. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Let the kid run. Let him run. But it was a great game. I'm not here to brag. I'm just here to say thank you for a great season. Thank you for having me on. You are a legend, man. You have done the best transition I have ever seen with a YouTube content creator. I appreciate it. I respect it. And honestly, man, I got to say, I'm trying to be like you next year.
Yeah, you be better than me, Simon. Be better than me. I appreciate the kind words, man. I really do. And I'll tell you, the transition's been a lot of fun for me because I enjoy just talking sports without having to insult everybody.
Right.
And 2 years ago, it started to move away from it 2 years ago when the Eagles were really good, and I knew they were good. And I was sitting there saying Carson Wentz is damn good, and people were like, "Oh, you're on his day." Blah, 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 blah. And I can't even talk about football. Like, I can't even be honest without people like, you have to root. You're 2-13, but you got to talk trash. Are you kidding me?
Right.
I couldn't do it. I'm like, I can't do this. It just sounds stupid to say we're going to kick your ass. It makes no sense. So I'd just rather talk sports, announce games, which has always been a dream of mine to do a play-by-play. And, I love what I'm doing now. I still obviously check out at all my TTC guys. I'll never leave that. That's where I started. That's my roots. And, I always watch. I watch a lot of your videos. I watch you and Rayvon go back and forth. I'm watching this stuff. I may not comment, but I'm always watching it.
I've been trying to avoid it, but just sometimes with me, just.
I know you. I know.
Being a shit talker, that's just.
I know how it goes. I do. I hear you.
I'm just like that, man. It's just when you, I'm an NFC East guy, old school, just like you.
Yep.
And it's like I got to defend my team. No one else is gonna do it. I think I want to do it. It's just I got to do it. But I do like to throw my sports in, and I agree with you because when I tried to explain to people why I wanted to throw that game so Garrett would go, people thought I was wanting to tank the season, which I wasn't. I don't like my coach. We won last night. I don't like my coach. I don't like my coach. It was like it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like great game, we won, we swept the Giants again, but I hate Garrett.
Right, I hear you. I hear you. It sucks because as long as he keeps winning, he's going to be there. And obviously, if you lose a game to the Giants or the Redskins, a team we shouldn't lose to, then he goes on the hot seat. Maybe if you miss the playoffs, right. But if you guys win the division, which I picked you to win the division before the year started. If he loses and doesn't make the playoffs, he loses a bad game, then Jerry Jones might say, all right, you know what, you've been here long enough, you haven't won a chip, we've got to really, and you guys are extremely talented, especially on that offensive and defensive line, and that's where you win football games, you win in the trenches. I watched Dallas, although we were up 12-3, I watched Dallas push us around that entire first day. Zeke 6 yards, Zeke 8 yards, and it was embarrassing. It's like the Giants I was saying, they were soft as a wet loaf of bread last night. Just watching Dallas road graders just push, and I'm sitting there watching that game going, I am so jealous of that offensive line. I want that to be my offensive line. You know what I mean? That's where you win games. It's not sexy to watch those guys battle up front, but that's where they're won and lost. You don't have a good offensive line, you suck. Plain and simple. That's been the Giants' problem for years.
And that's the problem. And Saquon's going to get that line. That guy, him and Zeke, man, it's going to be interesting in the next couple of years to watch those two battle. This right here, I don't believe it's going to happen again. It's great to brag about it. It is. It's great to talk trash about it. But I'm quite sure they're going to go get a left tackle. That'll be probably the first order of business with the Giants. If they're smart, you're going to go get a left tackle. You're not going to even hesitate. The best damn nastiest left tackle there is. Even if you have to trade up a little bit, you're going to go get the best. That kid right there. I really watched him last night. This was the first time. I will take back and I will eat crow about what I said about that kid, Daniel Jones. That kid can put the ball on him. Like, and I respect that. Like, I joked about it when he got drafted. I watched him here and there during the season. But to sit and watch him, and I was like, okay, I see it now. I really said it a few times. Like, that kid's got some moxie in him. And I like that. Sit him. Sit Saquon. Don't do this. Let the rest of the guys finish the season. It's going nowhere, and you don't want to risk. You don't want to risk it. They put it all out. Golden Tate again. He burns Dallas every chance he gets.
Well, that catch he had was something special, though.
Him and Michael Gallup showed out. Like, him and Michael Gallup, they were out there catching. I don't know. Michael Gallup had just come off getting his knee, having knee surgery, and you're out there on one leg hopping in the end zone, and this guy's out here catching one hand, beautiful grabs. They put on a show. The game was closer than what the score
Definitely.
showed.
That game is close. That game is close for 55 minutes. That game is close.
Right, and it was an enjoyable game. They put it all on the line. If I was the head coach or the GM, guys, pack it in for the season, especially my future. Daniel Jones and Saquon, they're the future. Don't do this. Like, stop it now.
Yeah.
And sit those boys. I know people are like, oh, it's too early. No. I've seen some great players tear their ACLs late in the season for no reason at all and end up the following year on the pub and damaging a whole new season. Don't do this now. They have something there. They have something there, to me, that's better than what the Philadelphia Eagles got.
Yeah. I said that about Daniel Jones. He fumbles a lot. That's correctable. That's got to stop. He's going to make bad throws. He's a rookie. I get that. And he's got an offensive line, but he has shown signs of brilliance. He's very accurate with the deep ball. He's very accurate on that out route. He's got a good arm where he can throw that ball between the quarter and the safety on a 15-yard out, which Eli Manning couldn't do anymore. He's mobile. I felt like the Giants should have used that RPO more down inside the 10 because you guys are selling out on Saquon. You guys are all on Saquon. That's why those couple RPOs he ran, he got big gains. Of course, the one he fumbled when he dove forward, but I mean, I'm thinking to myself, do that down in the end zone. Do that down in the goal line because you guys are going to sell out on Saquon, and they didn't do it. It's a product of head coach. You hate your head coach. I hate my head coach, too.
Can't stand him.
No, definitely not.
I remember when Tiki Barber used to fumble all the time. He got it corrected. That man became a legend.
Yep.
This can be fixed. Like that. Okay. He's a rookie. Rookie's going to make mistakes. It is what it is.
Yep.
Like, I'm not taking nothing away from this kid. Like, I walked away with I gotta go back and pull the video where I laughed at that draft. I will pull it. I seen it and I was like, oh my God, it ain't Eli Manning 2.0. This kid has got something. Like, that RPO, he was ridiculous with it. Like, I was like, okay, like, for the future, I'm gonna enjoy Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley versus Dak and Zeke. These are going to be shows.
They will be.
If they go get a young wide receiver and a great young blind side for that kid, this is going to change the tide of the NFC East that fast.
Yep.
Like, Jabril Peppers is great if they can just find a good spot for him. He would be great. Now get rid of Janoris Jenkins, and you don't necessarily have to. There's some great young talent. You don't have to dig. You know me. I'm not a free agency guy.
Right.
There's a lot of great talent coming out of college next year.
Yes, there is.
There's no way in hell that you guys can't fix this in the draft. Yep. Like, in the next two drafts,
we got a lot of picks too. We got a lot of picks. But you and I agree. I mean, we both said you don't build through the draft. You don't build through free agency. You build through the draft.
No.
But we're old school guys. I mean, I think you and I understand that a lot better than some guys who just think you go out and get the best player, and it hasn't worked. I mean, we've tried it, and it didn't work. And,
no, it don't work.
You got to build through the draft. You guys built through the draft. That's why you're where you are. Your offensive line was built through the draft. Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, Lael Collins. You get Dak Prescott through the draft, Ezekiel Elliott. You built through the draft. That's what you did. Yeah. Then you added Amari Cooper to a team that's really good. You drafted Michael Gallup. You draft these guys. So, that's that's why you guys are where you are, and that's why we are where we are. We're trying to get to where you are, and I agree. I think within a couple of years, you're going to see us. We're going to be back fighting you guys for the division.
Don't even doubt it. I don't doubt it one bit. And like I said, I did not call to gloat. I'll do that later on my video, but this is a respect, because I got nothing but love and respect for you, man. And I appreciate everything you've been doing. Trust me, this man right here, for you who missed it, for those who missed it, and I say this all the time, me and this man, we had wars.
Yes, we did.
It used to be some hell of a weeks.
It was. They were, boy. They were.
It was some hell of a weeks, and when I watched it, I thought about all the great days when I first started doing this, and this is honestly a respect call. I respect you, nothing but love and respect for you, man. And I love what you're doing. I'm loyal to it. I'm a notification person with you, and I appreciate it. And I tell everyone, and I'm going to end it like this. I had a conversation with a friend on Sunday. We were talking about Tony Romo, and I said, I know a guy who can call a game better than Tony Romo. And I meant that. I was like, there are only two guys or commentators that I swear by. And I'm from the Irv Cross, Pat Summerall, John Madden days, Howard Cosell days. This man, and I tell everybody, outside of Tony Romo, Baddog is the best.
I really appreciate that. I really do, man. It means a lot to me, man. I do. And feelings mutual, man. Much love and respect to you, brother. I mean, you've been on here a long time. You've seen a lot of ups and downs with your boys, and like I said, you are not afraid to call it like it is. Whether that pisses your fan base off or not, you call it like you see it. You never waver on your opinion. I respect that. That's genuine to me. I know some people don't like it when I rip into my team either and think you got to be positive all the time, but you don't. I mean, it's your feelings. And I always tell people look at my Daniel Jones draft video and like, do you feel bad about that now? I say no. I said I had the wrong reaction. But I don't apologize for it, because that's how I felt at the time. And I'm not pulling that video down. I'm not going to hide from that. That's how I reacted. It was obviously the wrong reaction, but it's how I felt. And I'm not apologizing for how I feel. It will never happen, because that's who I am. I'm an emotional guy. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Love my teams. Want the best for my teams. When we drafted him, I didn't think it was the best for our team, so I was pissed off. That's
of course.
So
when you see that kind of talent that was sitting there at that time, Haskins and all that talent that was sitting there. Yeah, and all of a sudden they went total left field, because I never heard of this kid before the draft. So to me, I was like, oh, what a mistake. But now watching him develop and just seeing him, how poised he looked, those mistakes can be fixed. He's a rookie.
Yep.
My God, man, I can understand if this was his third or fourth year, but no, man, this kid's a rookie.
Yep.
This kid has kept them going, like, honestly, for a minute. He had them in the division race. Let's be honest here.
Yep.
So now that I see it, and now that part of it is closed, if the ownership is smart, if the staff is smart, I'm just pulling this kid for the rest of the season and making this the Eli Manning farewell tour and ending it. This kid is the future.
Yep.
Like, seriously, you got two studs in that offense that's going to build that franchise back. I respect them. I got nothing but respect for you. I'm not going to keep you, brother. None but one love. I got to say it. One love.
One love, son. I appreciate the call, brother. You be good, and thanks, man. Thanks for everything you do for my channel. Thanks for supporting me for so many years. Much appreciated, brother.
Always. All right, man.
Be good.
All right, you too, brother.
All right. All right, guys. I am done with the calls. I'll talk with the chat for about another 10 minutes or so. Then I'm going to go wake my little guy up from his nap because he's sleeping a little too long. I don't want him to be up all night. So, Baddog or GM? I don't know. The thing is, West Coast, I don't think Dave Gettleman's done a terrible job. I honestly don't. But I just don't think we execute. I think that's a big problem. We have to wait a couple years. Our guys are so young. We have to see how they turn out. It's hard to say these guys are busts. When the Giants have had, I talked about this last night on my live stream, the Giants have had over 500 more snaps from rookies than the next closest team. We have got one of the youngest teams in the NFL on the field. They're going to make mistakes, but I am worried that the coaching staff is not developing these guys the way they need to be developed. That's what scares me. Sam Beal is activated. All right, hopefully we can. Hopefully we see it. Hopefully we can see Sam Beal, Corey Ballantyne, Julian Love. We got to get a look at these kids. We got to. And I agree with Simon. I think it's going to come to a point where I believe we should sit Saquon Barkley because we've got nothing to gain from this. And Saquon Barkley does not need experience. With Daniel Jones, I feel like you can't go back to Eli Manning at this point unless you do it the last game of the season where you allow him to be, get the appreciation from the fans that he deserves. But I can't see Eli Manning playing an extended period of time here. Although I do worry about Daniel Jones getting crushed every damn time he drops back to pass. So I agree with you, Rich. We do need a Parcells type of guy. Pat Shermer's Jeff Fisher. That's a great comparison, Raymond. Great comparison. Most dollars I'd give for Cole. I'd give Cole 8 years, $240 million. $30 million a year. That guy's worth it to me. And he's going to get it anyway. Lakers stream tonight, absolutely Water TV. 7:45, baby. 7:45. We gonna do the Lakers Bulls. You know that Water TV. You know Laker Dog's gonna be here. We have a good time in those streams, so it'll be awesome. We had an option for AJ Esponza. I want Andrew Thomas, man. I want the left tackle, big time. Mustard Bus. What's going on, man? I'll hang out for like another 5 minutes or so, just with the chat. I appreciate you guys calling in, everybody that called in, man. Thank you for calling in, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. This little impromptu live stream this afternoon. It's the same cat. That's what somebody said. It was the same cat. No, it's all right, Chris. I cut the Skype off because I don't want to. I'm gonna be off here in like 5 minutes. But Chris, congratulations to you, man. Like I said last night in the stream, you're a good Cowboy fan, brother. I respect the hell out of you, so congratulations. Chislo, man, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. I really appreciate it, my man. He says Tom Brady in 2001, 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, 12 interceptions through 14 games. He didn't turn out too bad, and that's because he has a coach. Could not agree with you more. This is why I say Belichick is the greatest coach ever, because Belichick and every great coach gets the most out of their players. When people say Tom Brady is a system quarterback, I say every good quarterback is a system quarterback, because if you're a smart head coach, you are building your system around your quarterback's strengths. When they say that he was a system quarterback, I say, well, Joe Montana was a system quarterback. Bill Walsh built that entire West Coast offense around Joe Montana. That's why Joe Montana was as great as he was, because he had the offense that suited him perfectly. So you're not going to have Joe Montana dropping back, throwing 48 times a game like Dan Marino did. You're not going to have the same game plan for Joe Montana as you would Dan Marino. Joe Montana would have never succeeded doing what Dan Marino did, and vice versa. So, that's why I say every good quarterback is a system quarterback. It's the truth. But Chisel, thank you for the $5. Boom! I do appreciate it, brother. Yeah, you did. You did used to. I am hopeful, Young Money, that when we play the Eagles the first time around, I can get EDP on my channel. He said he would do it earlier in the year. He probably forgot. I mean, I know he's busy. He does a lot of things, but I would love to get EDP on this channel just to talk to him for like a half an hour. I think that would be absolutely epic if I could collab with EDP just one time. I think that'd be hilarious. I think people would like to see that. So I think that'd be a lot of fun. Daniel Jones won't develop and grow without an offensive mind. Completely agree. He needs that bad. We need Lawrence Taylor. He was there last night. He was there. What's up, Leo? Baker needs to play better. Yeah, he does. Any free agents you want? See, Brandon, I haven't looked at the free agents. I think the best free agent we saw, wide receiver-wise, was Devin Funchess, and we don't want him. Chislo, man, again, brother, thank you so much for all the love, man. I really appreciate it. Brilly. Daniel Jones right now is on pace for 24 touchdowns and 16 picks. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not worried about the interceptions. He's a rookie. The fumbling worries me. Again, it's correctable. But Daniel Jones, and he'll learn this with experience, needs pocket awareness and needs to know when that guy's coming off the edge to step up or to protect the ball when he can't get rid of it. He's got to learn to protect that ball. You can't keep fumbling. I'll live with the interceptions being that he's a rookie. He's going to make some bad throws. He's going to throw into some defenses he can't read right away. The throw he threw last night was a bad interception. You take it from a rookie. You know that they're going to have those ups and downs. The fumbling scares me. But thank you so much for the $5. Boom! I appreciate it very much. Daniel Jones has butterfingers. Well, he does. He does. 3 picks into our O-line draft. Baker needs to be better. What's going on? So, I'll probably end this in a couple minutes. Yeah, the fumbling's got to be better. It has to be better, without a doubt. You know, protect Daniel Jones. That's the mantra. Got to protect him. And Daniel Jones has to get rid of it a little fast. Although Daniel Jones had no time to get rid of it last night. None at all. Deshaun Watson had his first bad half of the season, horrible offensive line. Exactly. I mean, even Deshaun Watson can't play without it. Aaron Rodgers struggled without a great offensive line. So it's tough. You know, it is. Browns GM is 8-year-old in franchise mode. So Browns GM is every 8-year-old. Pretty much. Seems that way, Brandon. It does. It seems that way. But let me wrap this up. I'm going to go wake my little guy up from his nap. Again, guys, I really appreciate y'all joining me this afternoon. Thank you guys for the call-in. Again, I'll be live tonight at 7:45 for the Lakers and Bulls. Those streams have really blown up. I would love to get you guys in there. They're a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun with that. And again, because I'm not emotionally attached to Los Angeles, it is a lot of fun. But I hope to see you guys there at 7:45 tonight. And until then, enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Get some dinner, and we'll see you later tonight. Thank you guys for everything. Love you. It's Baddog, and I am out. Peace!